is JB from within Punk Zine. I'm sitting here with the legendary Slim Cessna's Auto Club. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
How's the tour so far? So you just finished up Hamilton, and now you're coming here. You're at the Horseshoe, and then after that, Ottawa, Montreal. You're going over to the East Coast, coming down, and then you're going to end up at Muddy Roots. How's that going?
Oh, it's going fine. Yeah, everything's good. We all get along just perfect.
Yeah. So you're on tour right now for an introduction for young and old in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And that was briefly, it was originally untitled, and now you finally come up with the title of that. So how's that going?
Oh, it's fine. The album was also released in Europe prior to this, and we just thought we should put it out ourselves over here. So we started our own label to do that, and to for also it's a way for us to release albums from other projects that we're all involved in, and we can just keep it all close, and we can basically do whatever we want.
And that's a SCAC unincorporated.
Yes.
Yeah. And in Europe, it's you're still on Glitter House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then previous to that, you had Crossbreeding Starts at Home, and then you had Buried Behind the Barn. You also had the 25th anniversary, volumes 1 through 5. How is doing the 25th anniversary?
Oh, it's fine, and also with this new release, the SCAC 102, it comes with a live DVD that was filmed at our 25th anniversary show. 20th anniversary show. Jesus, I'm sorry, I'm not that old. I'm still 2 years away from that one.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's exciting too. That's finally available now to people in North America.
Yeah. And on the live DVD, what albums does it cover?
What's that?
On the live albums, they just basically cover everything that was previous up to this point?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. It's not greatest hits is the wrong way to say it, but but it's a compilation that we carefully, we thought about a great deal to show what parts of us we wanted to show that span all of those years.
Yeah. Growing up myself, I grew up around some distilled spirits myself that were kind of homemade, and so I'm a bourbon fan myself. I enjoy a pure whiskey that's pure and clear. So just by chance, what are you drinking?
This is a gin and tonic.
Does it?
It's hitting the spot right now.
And that help in the voice?
It might be a placebo, but who knows?
Yeah. Coming back around to tour and everything, most of the writing, is it a collaboration between Munley and yourself? You kind of give it equal parts?
Well, it would be less. Actually, it's pretty much all Munley at this point.
Yeah.
It's like he's incredible, and he's an amazingly gifted writer, and we have learned to recognize our strengths and our weaknesses. And I'm better at putting on a show, and Munley's a fantastic writer.
Yeah. That being said, with your shows, it's kind of almost like a theater production kind of atmosphere. You're very faith-based, and faith-based and kind of in the music. Is that a big roots in kind of in your philosophy of things?
That's hard to say. I mean, I was personally raised religious, but I don't. But rock and roll is my religion, and the history of rock and roll is something that I care a lot about, and the band does, and in a way, I think that is what we are trying to do. It's gospel music and country music and I don't know, folk music. The root of what we do is the songs are based on, the root is folk music.
Yeah.
And that's how they all stay somewhat consistent, but then each song explores different avenues. Not without trying to be like any type of genre, but just where it's supposed to go.
Yeah. You did mention the folk. Most of the instruments you play is kind of folk-based. You did have a bad experience jumping onto a festival once that was kind of bluegrass. So you're kind of trying to stay away from that aspect of that kind of spectrum?
Oh, I suppose if a bluegrass festival wanted us, we'd probably say yes, but I don't know if anyone would like it very much. I don't know.
Yeah. That being said, also, and some of the songs and the lyrics that you guys come up with, or that Munley comes up with, is there kind of inspiration that kind of derives from that you know of?
I think the inspiration is well, the way I see it, and my take on it is that these are characters who are seeking redemption in one form or another, whether it's something just twisted, completely messed up, or actual biblical something. So I guess I don't really know how to answer that, but there's a lot of good content in the Bible for all kinds of messed up stories.
That is true. You do have some song titles that are in there, like "Jesus in My Body." You did come up with the video for that one. So, do you have any more videos in mind that's coming into play on the new album?
We actually need to film a lot more videos than we do. And I think it will be easier now. We're all living back in Denver, but before, for the 15 years I wasn't living in Colorado, and it was harder for us to get together and actually do those kinds of things, like the day-to-day things that a band needs to do. Like we just toured. I think that we probably have more content soon.
Yeah. Coming from Denver, Colorado, coming from a state that's known for Hunter S. Thompson and Quebec, do you kind of have that mentality of kind of a political scene also because of the politics that are in Denver in regards to basically whoever wins Denver basically has the election?
Yeah. Well, that's true. We, as artists, we stay apolitical.
So that
we aren't as individuals.
Yeah.
But everybody's welcome to enjoy our music, as long as you're not a Nazi.
Yeah.
Or I'm sure there's many other things that we don't want, but generally speaking, in politics.
Do you feel there's a resurgence in folk scene that's coming back and more strong now than in the modern times with a lot of the labels coming up?
Yeah, but it always seems like there is in one form or another. It will turn into something else soon because people have a very short attention span as far as popular music goes. Back in the 90s, in an interview, I was asked a similar question, but it was about swing music, and wondering if that was helping us, or, and it went away like a year later, but, there were movies about it, and it was kind of a big deal for a little bit. But it's hard to say, I think that there has been that, like, on a more underground level, on a more artistic level for this whole time, that just kind of stays there. It's like it's kind of a constant, and you can go back forever, and it's always there. And then there's kind of these swings where it becomes more popular, and then it goes away, and then it just kind of flows that way through whatever. I don't know if I answered your question very well. I guess I don't really know the answer.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it's a modern trend now. And
Yeah.
I mean, even though I grew up listening to folk, and that was the roots for me, and folk is a true root to all music, I think it's really resurfaced in the past little while.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you're right, as far as popularity, but there's always people that are still doing it underneath that, that perhaps they're the reason why, it's like, we've been doing this for a long time, but we never get invited to the dance.
Yeah. So your set list. Let's talk about set list tonight. Probably Pine Box, 32 Mouths Gone Dry. You're probably going to be doing Boom Megalina.
We're
So-
playing some new songs also.
Are you going to play some new songs?
3 new songs for y'all tonight.
Title tracks. Any kind of hint?
They're all commandments.
They're all commandments.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, commandments.
and is that going to be on coming out onto the new one? New release or?
These will eventually be on the next release, yes.
Perfect. And we always end with a famous book or a famous quote that inspired you in your life. So is there anything that inspired you?
A famous quote?
Or a book.
Or a book? Oh boy, I always loved C.S. Lewis books, and I still do. And they're, whether you're religious or not, they're amazing stories with these wonderful characters. And I always The Last Battle in the Narnia series is fantastic. Still.
Yeah. Perfect. This is JB within Punk Zine, and this is Slim Cessna's Auto Club.
Thank you.
Thank you.